It turns out the Food and Drug Administration was spying on their own employees. Win. Okay, of course. All you ever do is spy now if you're the government. Legal, illegal, who cares? Here, let me explain what I mean by that. There was a number of scientists at the F.D.A. who were concerned about faulty review procedures, according to the New York Times, that led to the approval of medical imaging devices for mammograms and colonoscopies that expose patients to dangerous levels of radiation. So these are scientists who are like, wait a minute, too much radiation. This could really hurt people. We're concerned. FDA should not approve this. We got to get this message out. And if the FDA is going to shut us down, well, then we got to be whistleblowers and go and take this so that other parts of the government, so not to necessarily even to the media, but to report it to other agencies so that they can know what's happening. So now, meanwhile, FDA officials find out about this, and they go to the Inspector General at the Department of Health and Human Services to seek a criminal investigation into leaks from these scientists. And you know what the Inspector General says? He says, no, these are matters of public safety, and if they want, they could legally release them to the news media, let alone to other government agencies. It's a matter of public safety. So the FDA officials get a ruling saying you are not allowed to spy in on them. What they're doing is perfectly legal. Great. What do? Of course, they ignore it. And what were the scientists doing that they wanted to investigate so much? They were drafting a complaint in 2010 that they planned to take to the Office of Special Counsel. And the Office of Special Counsel would then investigate the FDA to see if they had made a decision based on corporate influence, etc., and not for the benefit of protecting Americans, right? So, of course, the FDA officials are like, oh my God, we have to eliminate that. What do? They find out who the scientists are and immediately fire them. Of course! So what happens after the firing? Well, 5 scientists in 2010 were the ones that were investigated because they were going to be part of this movement to go to the Office of Special Counsels to say that, hey, you should protect American citizens because this is dangerous, right? Well, that investigation that started with 5 scientists quickly blossoms into something much, much larger, because once you start getting into these kind of spying activities, there's never any end to it. So it grows into 21 agency employees here. In fact, let me quote the New York Times here. The surveillance operation identified 21 agency employees, congressional officials, outside medical researchers, and journalists thought to be working together to put out negative and defamatory information about the agency. It eventually wound up being in 80,000 pages of computer documents generated by this surveillance effort. And do you understand? They're going to spy in on journalists who might be getting the information, outside medical experts. No, we got to spy in on them. In fact, they even wind up spying in on information sent to the President of the United States. Because once you start a spying operation, yummy for my tummy, I got to find out more. Well, what is that guy is connected to that guy who's connected to that guy? Well, obviously I got to go and invade his personal privacy too. Now, are you ready to what degree they invaded these guys' privacy? Because leaks and investigation and spying sounds general, sounds vague, right? Listen to what they specifically did. Quote, the software tracked their keystrokes, intercepted their personal emails, copied the documents on their personal thumb drives, and even followed their messages line by line as they were being drafted, the documents show. So not only are they spying in on stuff that you've already sent, emails, etc., they're watching in on you as you're writing. If you write down something on your computer, in this case, and then you erase it because you thought it was a bad idea, it doesn't matter, they already got it. This is what our government is doing. And they're doing it against scientists who wanted to protect you because they've got to be crushed. If that corporation wanted those mammograms, etc., approved, God damn it, it's going to get approved. And if you're in the way, even if it's not legal, we're going to take you out. And if you're talking to a journalist who might expose it, we're going to take them out. If it goes to the president, we're going to spy in on the president because the corporation must get paid. Why? Because those FDA officials, where do you think they're going to work next? They're going to work at the companies whose products that they approved when they shouldn't have approved them. Of course, that's how our system works. Our system is so deeply corrupt that the only shocking thing about this story is that we found out about it in the first place. So kudos to the scientists, etc., for getting the word out, for the New York Times for covering it. And then finally, the great irony at the end. Now, the whole point was to protect companies like GE that was making these programs, and GE would say, oh, no, no, we have to do this because they have some of our trade secrets, and we can't have the trade secrets getting out. Well, we found out because these knucklehead private companies that they hired to do the spying accidentally put it on a public database. Not only did they put out all their spying information and expose themselves and the FDA officials, but they also put in the trade secrets of GE. Fail.